After an OK performance with the bat, Australia must be looking to rattle England with the ball. A combination of speed and spin is the best way to gain ascendancy in this Test match.
Ricky Ponting is about to make a bowling change. Yup, it's Shane Warne who's coming on to bowl his first ball of the innings. He'll bowl in tandem with Brett Lee. Now that's a useful combination for the Australians. Spin at one end and speed at the other as they look to make the breakthrough.
Andrew Strauss is taking guard.
You'll be aiming for that rough patch. You'll be trying to bowl into the rough. You'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. Ponting will be aiming for that rough patch. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff.
The opening bowlers will be keen to make up for a pretty ordinary performance earlier in the match.
You'll be trying to bowl into the rough. You'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. You'll be trying to bowl into the rough. You'll be aiming for that rough patch.
Here's Marcus Trescott.
It really is raining quite hard out there. The covers could be on for quite a time.
Well, the rain is really starting to come down now. I guess it's looked this way for some time, and I think this could be a lengthy break. The players will be frustrated, and so are we. Well, here come the umpires and the players too for the start of the day's play. They're all looking pretty refreshed. It must have been a decent night's sleep. Let's get back into the action and say good morning to Richie Bell.
Thanks, Mark. It's edged and out. The ball really moving. Brilliant reflex catch.
They were looking for that early wicket, and they're not disappointed.
Lee gets his first wicket. Let's see the action replay of that.
Michael Vaughan's at the wicket.
Got him, yes, he's out. Great catch, he got his hands in the right place, and somehow it stuck.
Straight down the fielder's throat, that's incredible. Straight down his throat, he didn't have to move an inch.
Lee gets his second wicket. Vaughan is out first ball.
The scorers haven't had to do much with that innings.
This was how the wicket fell.
It was a flat pitch. They didn't perform as well as they can with a new ball, and I reckon they've got to improve on that.
Got him, yes, he's out. Cracking catch. That could change the course of the match.
Now, he made that catch look easy, but it was far from it.
That's the third wicket now for Lee. That's a duck for Bell.
Well, he hasn't troubled the scorers with that knock. on to your hats. This is Kevin Peterson. That was a great over, the best we've seen today. You know, if you give nothing away, you'll be amazed at the mistakes you can force.
Warne is going to try over the wicket. Now they'll be aiming for that rough stuff. Warne is coming around the wicket. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. They'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. You'll be aiming for that rough patch. You'll be aiming for that rough patch. You'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He looks as if he might be hurt. Lee is going to try over the wicket. Warne is going to try over the wicket. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. Be aiming for that rough patch. That one will have ruffled his feathers. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. Get straight to a fielder. He'll be trying to pitch the ball into the rough. He'll be okay, but that will be very, very sore in the morning. Lee is going to try over the wicket. That's out.
Oh, that went right through him. It's as if he misjudged the pace.
Lee has taken 4 wickets now.
He deserves these wickets. It's been a fine display.
Peterson goes for a duck.
Well, he wasn't out in the middle for long. He didn't trouble the scorers, and neither did he trouble us.
This was the end of the innings for Peterson.
It's Freddie Flintoff on strike.
They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. It's straight to a fielder. Warne is coming around the wicket. He'll be aiming for that rough patch. It's straight to a fielder. Well, he'll be aiming for that rough stuff. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. That's a big appeal. Not out. Oh, that must have been close. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. They'll be aiming for that rough patch. They'll be aiming for that rough patch. Lee is switching to round the wicket.
That's ideal. A perfect example of how to play that shot, and he deserved 4 for it.
Flintoff facing. The sweeper picks up.
Oh, he picked that up beautifully. Quite beautifully.
Lee is going to try over the wicket. Played into the gap. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. They'll be aiming for that rough stuff. They'll be aiming for that rough patch. It's straight to a fielder. Warne is going to try over the wicket. He'll be trying to bowl into the rough. That must be close. And the umpire's given it. Warne gets his first wicket.
And he looks disappointed with that decision, and you know, I don't blame him.